Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on stories from the Puranas. And today we'll be discussing the stories from the Puranas, which is in continuation to my earlier videos, about 3 or 4 videos. So, people who have not watched those, I will recommend please watch those before watching this, so that it'll make more sense to you. And the continuation is about basically it started with King Janamejaya, who is the descendant of the Pandavas, asking questions about the mysteries of the universe to sage Vyasa, and sage Vyasa told King Janamejaya that these are very difficult questions. So I myself went to sage Narada to ask these questions, and sage Narada told me that these questions were very difficult for me as well. So I had gone to Lord Brahma to ask these questions, or ask answers for these questions rather. And Lord Brahma said, well, these questions are very, very difficult, and this can only be revealed to people who have no attachment to this world. And he said, I also wanted an answer to this, and I was confused myself. But he started with his own story, where he was created after Lord Vishnu was created from his navel, and then Lord Shiva was created by Lord Brahma. So these three gods were shown the form of the supreme goddess, or rather supreme goddess appeared before these three gods, and she showed her form to the three gods and took them up in the skies and have them see the various lokas and various Brahmas and Shivas and Vishnus. And finally, the three gods do realize that it is the supreme goddess who is the beginning and the end, meaning which she's the one who creates the universe. She's the one who created the gods, all the gods, and she is the one who is going to destroy it. So she is the ultimate supreme goddess. So far we've been discussing this, and in the last video we discussed about Lord Brahma explaining his story to sage Narada, which of course sage Narada told sage Vyasa. So this is in continuation to about 4 previous videos. So once again, I will recommend please go back and refer to those videos, so that this story which we are discussing today will make more sense. In the last video, we did discuss how Lord Vishnu, after realizing it's the supreme goddess who is to be worshipped only, because she is the supreme goddess and she is the one who created the universe, and she is the one who created Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, starts to praise the Devi, or the goddess, so that the gods could get boons from them. And also just to make her realize that these three gods, which is Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma, they have realized themselves that it is the one and only supreme goddess which rules over this universe, and that's where all beings, including the three gods, came from. Okay, so the last video does explain Vishnu singing praises and opening up the mysteries of the universe through his praises to the goddess, and this commentary is being given by Lord Brahma to sage Narada. So this is how the last 3 videos have been happening. I hope I'm making myself clear now. So after Vishnu finished praising the goddess and opening up further mysteries of this universe through the praise to the goddess, Lord Shiva, or Lord Shankara, began to speak. And Shankara the destroyer, he stepped in, and he himself bowed down to the Devi and said he has certain questions. He asked the Devi, if Hari, Vishnu, is born out of you, and in case the lotus born Brahma has also come out of you, then who am I? This Tamaguna, who is the third god, is not born out of you. Okay, I have realized so far, according to what we saw here and in this island of gems, we saw your divine form, and I realized that, Vishnu has been born by you, by your power rather, and Lord Brahma has also come into existence from the yourself, because Brahma was born out of Lord Vishnu through his navel. Then why am I directly not born out of you? I am the Tamoguna. There are three gunas, as we know, which is the Sattva guna, which represents Lord Vishnu. There is the Rajas guna, which represents Lord Brahma. And then there is the Tamoguna, which is represented by Shiva. So Shiva is asking the goddess, why am I not born out of you? O auspicious one, you have created all the lokas, and why have you created me? Of course, through Lord Brahma. Okay, so there are two questions. One, why am I not born directly by you? And the second question is, why am I being created by you through Brahma? So this was a question of Shiva. And again, Shiva asks, you are the earth, you are the water, you are the air, you are the akasha, and you are the fire. These are the five elements. Prithvi, Jal, Vayu, Akash, and Agni, five elements. You've created this. You are again the organs of the senses and the organs of the perception. You are the mind, you are the intellect, and you are the ego. Okay, and he's also singing praises in front of the goddess. And once again, the goddess has taken these three gods up into the skies in the aerial car, and now these three gods are in female form. If you see the last video, you will know that these three gods have been changed into female form, and they're asking and singing the praises. They're asking questions to the goddess, they are clearing their doubts, they're singing praises to the goddess. The last video had Vishnu singing praises and explaining the mysteries of the universe through his praises about the goddess. And now it's Shiva's turn. So once again, Shiva says that people say that Vishnu and Shiva and Brahma are respectively the preserver, the destroyer, and the creator of this universe. And but then all the three gods are created by you only, and then they perform always their respective functions, but their sole refuge is in yourself, O Devi. Okay, that's what he's acknowledging that to the Devi. And he had a little question also in the beginning, and then he continues, Lord Shiva continues to mention this to the Devi. And by the way, once again, Brahma is telling his experience while he was with the two other gods in front of the Devi, in front of the supreme goddess, to sage Narada. Okay, so again Shiva says, "O mother, if the universe is created by the five elements which we just discussed, then how these five elements, Prithvi, Jal, Vayu, Agni, and Akash, five elements, can come into manifestation? How are these manifested through your intelligence?" Okay, and then he continues to say, it is you in the shape of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So he realizes that, one, that all these five elements have come into existence through you only, through your intelligence only, O Devi, O goddess. And then he continues to say, O goddess, it is you in the shape of us three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, okay, who are creating, preserving, and destroying this whole universe. Okay, and you're playing as you will under various forms again and again. And whenever you want to cease to play and that is the play. It is called in the ancient scriptures, Hindu scriptures, that it is the play of the goddess. And when you cease to play, then the universal dissolution, or pralaya as it's called in Sanskrit, happens as per your like. So you're the one who creates, you're the one who functions through us three gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. You're the sattva guna yourself, you're the rajas guna yourself, you're the tamas guna yourself, because these gunas also come from you. And then when your play stops, the play, as long as the play is on, the world is created and it's preserved, and as soon as you wish to end it, and as soon as your play is finished, then there is universal dissolution, which is pralaya as it's called in Sanskrit once again. Okay, and then he asks again that although we perform our duties based on your desire, then how could Brahma become endowed with Rajaguna, Vishnu with Sattvaguna, and I with Tamaguna? So Shiva has another confusion here, which he's asking that why am I Tamaguna and why is Brahma Rajas or Rajaguna, or why is Vishnu Sattvaguna? Okay, so why have, another question comes up from Shiva to the goddess is, why have you created in this world rich and poor people? Why have you created in this world kings and then other sides servants? So there are rich people and then there are poor people, then there are kings and there are servants, then there are various classes of beings which are created by you. Why have you not created all alike, happy and all, or miserable, either alike happy or alike miserable? I mean, why have you created different classes of people, one happy, one rich, one poor, one unhappy? Why is everybody not the same? That's another question which Lord Shiva is asking the goddess, the Devi. So he says, please show mercy towards me, O goddess. Okay, and what is the cause of these three gods, which is Vishnu, Shiva, or Hara also, which is called, it's another name of Shiva is Hara, and another name of Vishnu is Hari. So why have you created Hari, which is Vishnu? Why have you created Hara, which is Shiva, which is me? And why have you created Brahma, which is, at your will? So he continues to talk to the goddess. Oh Bhavani. Bhavani is another name of the supreme goddess. How is that? We three, which is Vishnu, Brahma, and I, which is Shiva, were coming in the airplane and we saw new worlds created by you. If you remember, if you go to the earlier videos, you'll see how the aerial ship or the spaceship or the aircraft was going up, and they saw different lokas or different places with different Brahmas, different Shivas, and different Vishnus in those lokas, like the Kailasha, where they saw a different Shiva, like the Vaikuntha, where they saw a different Vishnu, where also they saw the Brahmaloka, where they saw a different Brahma. Why have you created all these different worlds? Okay, is it your desire to create, preserve, and destroy this world through this Maya, which you have created? Maya as an illusion. Why have you created this illusion? And I just do not understand that, why have you done all this? You're always enjoying with Purusha, which is your husband. So I am a little confused. And then Lord Shiva again continues to ask the goddess, how can we understand your sport? He's describing this is your play, this is your sport. We are all transformed into young women, okay, before we even saw you, and your lotus feet. And the problem is, if all these three gods are again transformed back into manhood, we will be deprived from serving your feet, because as soon as we entered your gate where you were seated, you transformed all three of us, all three gods, into women. So the moment we know that we get our manhood back, we will be deprived of serving your feet, which is the greatest source of happiness for us. So, O Mother, Lord Shiva says, I do not wish to leave your lotus feet and get my man body again, because we know that once we get our man body again, we cannot serve your lotus feet or be close to you. I'd rather not reign the three worlds, or we would rather, all the three gods, we would rather not reign the three worlds. O Goddess, O beautiful face one, now that I've got this youthful feminine form in front of you, I don't have any desire within me to get my masculine form. This is Lord Shiva, which is speaking to the Devi once again, and this is the commentary which Lord Brahma is giving to sage Narada. Okay, so Shiva is again saying that what use is for man to get back my manhood if I do not get to see the sight of your lotus feet, if I am deprived of that sight and serve you. I'd rather stay as a feminine form and serve you, because this is the most happiest situation we are in, or rather he is in, because he's saying that to the goddess. O Mother, he continues to say, Lord Shiva continues to say, let the fame of mine be spread over in the three worlds that I've got in this womanly form, and your lotus feet has the effect that the world goes away. So your service and desire to us is the ultimate. Okay, and even a moment here in your lotus feet appears a yuga to us. And those people who leave the worship of your lotus feet and become engaged in performing austerities and tapasya, as it's called in Sanskrit, are actually deprived of the best thing in this universe. Okay, although their minds become pure and holy in meditation and austerities, this is the ultimate place, your lotus feet. They could get ultimate happiness. They may have acquired powers from their austerities and tapasya, and they may be entitled for the form of salvation, or not coming back to this earth again, or be reborn again, freedom from the cycle of birth and rebirth. But while they've not seen your lotus feet, they probably have been deprived of a lot more, which could have given them a lot more joy than salvation or powers through their austerities or their minds becoming pure and holy. So that's what Lord Shiva is telling the Devi, that this is the ultimate place, your feet. That's the place of supreme ultimate happiness. Okay, so Lord Shiva again, and while I'm making this video, please understand, he's opening up the mysteries of the universe through his commentary, or through his prayers and praises to the goddess. Lord Shiva is, because while he's praising, he's opening up the mysteries of the universe as well. So please listen to this very carefully. And once again, this is coming directly from the Puranas. This is not a story which is published on the internet or on paper. So please have firm faith and belief in it. So Lord Shiva continues to talk to the goddess, O unborn one. So here's another mystery unfolded, where he's saying that, okay, you're unborn. Okay, so the goddess is not born, she's unborn. And he says that austerities, control of passions, enlightenment, or performance of sacrifices as given to us in the Vedas, nothing can save us from this ocean of this world, or samsara as it's called in Sanskrit. It is the worship of your lotus feet only that can make one attain ultimate supreme happiness and beauty. Okay, please be merciful towards me, and please initiate me into the wonderful holy mantra of yours, okay, which is the 9-lettered mantra. The 9 letters mantra of the Chandika Devi, which can give me ultimate happiness. Please give me that 9 letters mantra. Okay. And Shiva remembers. He says to the goddess. So once again, he's opening up these mysteries which are coming through you, through his talking and singing praise and praising the goddess. So please listen to this very carefully. Who's the goddess? Where does the supreme happiness, the ultimate happiness, comes from? It is not through any austerities or sacrifices. It is by worshiping the supreme goddess. And he's describing, worshiping or staying at her holy lotus feet. Okay. And Lord Shiva is asking the Supreme Goddess about that 9 letters mantra of Chandika Devi, so that he could get extreme happiness. And he continues to say, "O mother, in my former birth," and here Shiva is in his female form, by the way, I need to remind you again. So he's talking to the goddess. "O mother, in my former birth, I got the 9-lettered mantra from you, but I've forgotten it now. O Savior, please give me that mantra today and save me from this ocean of world," because as we discussed earlier as well, that you cannot be saved from this ocean of the world through sacrifices, through Vedas, through any knowledge, through any austerity. It is only staying at your lotus feet and worshiping your lotus feet, then we can be saved. So please give me that mantra and save me from this ocean of the world. Okay. And Brahma is explaining this to to sage Narada. Once again, I'm reminding you. And Brahma says to sage Narada that when Shiva, who's of wonderful fire and energy, said this to the Devi, the supreme goddess, or Devi Ambika also, who's called as Ambika. Okay, we remember, not Amba, but Ambika is another name of the supreme goddess. Then the supreme goddess gave, or rather uttered, the 9-lettered mantra to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva accepted the mantra, or Mahadeva, you can call Lord Shiva as well, because he's been described as Mahadeva, the Deva or the god of the gods. Mahadeva accepted the mantra and became extremely happy. He fell down again at the feet of the goddess and he began to repeat the 9-lettered mantra together with the bija. Bija is the seed which yields desires and liberation and can be easily pronounced. So Brahma says, when I saw Lord Shiva doing this, who's actually a very auspicious god himself, in that state, falling down at the feet of the goddess, Brahma says, I also fell down at the feet of the goddess and spoke to the Mahamaya. Mahamaya is another name of the goddess. So there, please try to understand, these names which I'm giving through the Puranas, Bhavani, Mahamaya, Ambika, these are all names of the goddess. So you should know that. And Lord Brahma says, when I saw Shiva falling down at the feet of the goddess and chanting the mantra which was given to her by the goddess, he also fell down at the feet of the goddess and spoke to her, O mother, it is not that the Vedas are unable to ascertain your nature. Vedas can give us idea of what your nature is. And in the performance of sacrifices and other minor actions, however, they do not mention, even the Vedas do not mention thy full nature. Okay? They just mention simple ordinary deities like Indra and, other minor deities, which is only a portion of you, which is the other deities which are mentioned in the Vedas is just a portion of your divine, supreme, ultimate form, which is not even mentioned in the Vedas. So, this is what Lord Brahma is saying. Your essence as the presiding deity of the sacrificial offerings, so it is your essence, it's just a portion of your essence. So, O Devi, it is you that have been extolled in this universe as the universal consciousness. It's your power which is ruling everything in this world, even the sacrifices and the devatas and the other devis and other gods, goddesses, okay, and all the lokas where these devas and the gods and the goddesses stay. Okay, so the 9-lettered mantra is not known what the 9-lettered mantra is. There are several different opinions about what 9-lettered mantra was given by the goddess to Lord Shiva here, so I'm not going to get into that. But here Brahma says that when I saw that talking between Shiva, not between, when Shiva talked to the goddess, I also fell down and I spoke a few words. And he said, I also continued saying that it is me, Brahma, who has created this greatly wondrous universe. I'm the Lord of this Brahmanda, because I'm Brahma. Who is there more powerful than me in these 3 worlds? Okay. And when I, Brahma, transcending all the lokas, there are 3 lokas, okay, as we know. But because of this vanity, because of this vain nature, because I think I am the creator, I am the Lord of the of the lokas, which includes this earth, because of being vain, because of my vanity, I am plunged in this ocean of samsara, or this ocean of universe. But I understand that it's my vain nature because of which I'm stuck and plunged in this ocean of this world. Now I have been able to get a dust of your lotus feet, and now I am blessed today by your grace, and I've understood that it is you who is actually the ultimate, who brings this universe into life and then dissolves it. Okay, and you are the one who can help me destroy the fear of this samsara, of this world, and give mukti, or salvation. So, O goddess, I am praying to you, okay, because I was, as far as I'm concerned, so far I thought I am the Lord of the lokas, I am Brahma, I am the creator, and it was this was a delusion for me. This was an iron chain of my delusion, full of great troubles. But now I'm devoted to you, auspicious one. I'm born from the lotus, which actually was the lotus given to us by you. And please tell me, O goddess, Brahma is saying, that how can I get salvation, mukti as it's called in Sanskrit? I'm your obedient servant. I am also, being a god, I'm merged in this delusion of this ocean of the world. Save me from this samsara, this world. And I think I'm the creator and Lord of this universe, but it's ultimately, I've realized that it is you. And people who do not worship you and worship other gods like Indras and other small devatas and perform sacrifices to attain heaven are very ignorant. They do not understand your glory, O goddess. O Prime Maya. Prime Maya is how he's explaining, because the Devi is the Mahamaya. You're the eternal Mahamaya, and you're playing, it is your play that this world is created and destroyed, and it is for that purpose to create the world. You created me as Brahma. I'm thinking I created it, but it's your powers who have created me, and it is you who I've understood, because I was so far under some kind of a delusion. Okay, so please forgive me. I've been sinful so far because I was vain and I was, in too much pride. Okay, and that's and please forgive me, and please show me the path to salvation or mukti. And then he continues, Brahma also continues to say, "Oh mother, people who are blinded by passion, who take recourse to the eightfold yoga." We know that there is an eightfold yoga, okay, and samadhi. There are lots of austerities people perform. They do samadhi, they do eightfold yoga, and who are blinded by passion, and they do not realize that they would only get moksha if they utter your name, the Supreme Goddess, the Mahamaya. Oh Bhavani. Bhavani, I already mentioned, is another name for the goddess. They are not deluded by error and blinded by passion for this world. they are actually deluded by error and blinded by passion for this world. Okay, who forget your name, please give us salvation from this world, mukti from this world. Okay, and all three of us have realized the highest truth now. Even for a second we will not forget your holy character and your other names like Ambika, Shakti, Ishwari. These are all different names of the goddess. And Brahma continues to tell the goddess, you have made me the creator from the earliest times, and it is through Vishnu in the ocean. It is you, actually, the Puranas say that it's Vishnu who saved Brahma from the two demons, Madhu and Ketipa. But Brahma realizes that it is, and tells the goddess that it is through Vishnu, it is you who had actually helped me. Okay? And you're the entity who creates and dissolves. It is you who is the power behind everything. So Vishnu is not a preserver, Brahma says. Shiva is not the destroyer. It is you who creates through me, which is Brahma. It is you who preserves through Vishnu. And it is you who destroys through Shiva or Hara, which is another name for Shiva. Okay? You're the creatrix and the preservatrix of all. Oh Bhavani, nobody has ever seen you ever taking birth. Nobody knows. Even the gods, we three, don't know where you're born from. You're the one and only one. Okay? The four Vedas can make one understand your nature. Only the four Vedas have the power. Once a person excels in the four Vedas, they can only make one understand your nature. And he keeps on going on and on and on about the powers of the goddess, and this is unfolding the mysteries of the universe. Okay? And so we did discuss in our last video about what Vishnu speaks to the goddess. We did discuss in this video what Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva speak to the goddess about her powers. Okay, and meanwhile, hopefully you enjoyed it. I will recommend subscribe to my channel and check out my website. There is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology or a continuation to my series on stories from the Puranas in my next session very soon. Goodbye.